Danny, Newport County's manager said after Saturday's game that they had to suffer for all 3 points. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, definitely. I think anybody watching that game knows that we should have come out on top. I think it's credit to the lads, the way they played on Saturday. We really pinned them back, and they're a good team. They've shown that with some of the results so far, and like I say, on another day, you come away with a comfortable victory. And credit to Newport, they defended really well. I do genuinely think if we'd have got an equaliser in that second half, we'd have gone on and won the game, because they looked dead on the feet, and when they had nothing to hang on for, I think they'd have run out of steam a little bit. But credit to them, they kept going and obviously hung on right the way to the end.
We had more than double the shots. We had 9 corners compared to their 1. Their keepers made 4 fantastic saves, whereas Stu's made none. It shows just how in control we were, and obviously the stats don't lie.
Yeah, they don't. But again, we look back at it and we'll say the one stat that really mattered is, unfortunately, that we've come on the wrong side of. But as I've said to the lads, and the manager said again today, that you play like that every week, you're going to pick up plenty of points. Do you know what I mean? So, yes, we're disappointed to not win the game, but we're delighted with the performance. I think on another day, like I say, you win it comfortably. You don't just edge it, you win it comfortably. And it is little moments in the games that aren't quite going for us at the moment. But the lads are sticking together and they're working hard today on the training pitch again, showing the real quality. And now they're just ready for the next one.
Well, like you say there, the disappointment and feeling of injustice understandably is felt by everyone. Is it a case of channeling that going into the next game?
Look, you can't affect what's happened. We can't affect what's happened in the last few games. We've just got to make sure that we're ready for the next one, and that's Wigan. I think obviously it's a different competition for us. I think it's one that obviously we want to go and carry on the performances. I think every game so far we've got better and better, and for me, we keep doing that. It's only a matter of time before the results turn, and the boys will start getting probably what they deserve out of some of these games.
And like you said key moments in games. Obviously, it's an unfortunate mistake which has cost us. But we've also come up against an opposition keeper on Saturday that was banging form. Yeah,
I mean, he makes, especially the first one for me, the save, I think, is off Guyon, that he tips over the crossbar. It's an unbelievable save. I genuinely don't know how he got to it. And even watching it back on the video and going through with the lads this morning, it's a tremendous save. And like you say, they're just the little moments that aren't quite going for us at the moment. There's other little bits where it's fallen straight to their man's feet in the box and not quite fallen to ours, or the keeper or the defender's made that last ditch block. So things will turn, I've absolutely no doubt. If the boys keep applying themselves in the way they are at the moment in training and matches, the performances carry on to get better, the results will come in no time.
Do you see it as a positive then that we have a break from League 2 tomorrow night?
I think the big positive is another game around the corner. I wouldn't say it's a positive or a negative that we're having a break from the league. You want to play games as a player, that's what you want to do, and there's nothing better for me than these the midweek games and a Saturday game, because you can just keep producing the performances and the results will follow, as I've said there. So look, it's great that there's a game straight away. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for lads to go and show how good they are. I think sometimes, especially when you look at league tables, it doesn't always give you a fair reflection at the moment. I think for me, I've always said that league tables don't lie. Come the end of the season, the best teams win it, and the ones that aren't good enough normally finish at the bottom. So at the moment, I don't think it's a fair reflection of where we are, especially with the performances we're putting in. The application the lads are putting in daily is tremendous. So for me, another game right round the corner is brilliant for the lads to go and hopefully bounce again and get another fantastic performance with a result as well.
Looking at the Bristol Street Motors Trophy and those who've won it in years gone by, it's a real opportunity, isn't it, for every team to progress deep into the competition and perhaps make it to Wembley, which in itself is a massive incentive.
Yeah, I think obviously it'd be great. Obviously, you've got the likes of the FA Cup and the EFL Cup, things like that, but the realistic target in them is just to try and get as far as you can. These ones is, you've actually got a chance of winning it, and that starts tomorrow night. There's no reason why teams can't go on and be successful in this. And as you say, there's a carrot at the end by playing at Wembley and winning a cup competition for your football club.
In terms of the squad then, is it an opportunity to give starts to those who haven't necessarily had them? And if so, how important is it for them on a personal level to impress?
I think whenever you get the opportunity to step into the starting 11 or get on the pitch as a substitute, you've got to be ready to impress and make an impact. I think obviously we've got a good squad down there that there's competition for places in every single position. Now what you've got to go and do is make sure that when you get your moment or your chance to showcase yourself, you've got to make sure you do it with a positive manner. However that is, whether that's a defender, make sure it's a clean sheet, a midfielder getting on the ball or making runs forward, or an attacker scoring goals or creating goals. So look, there's loads of positives within the squad. There's loads of things that we know we can keep getting better at. But as you say there, tomorrow night's a chance potentially for some of the lads to come and stake a claim to give themselves a chance of getting into the team.
Wigan Athletic, our opposition, what do you make of their start to the season?
Yeah, it's been a tough start for the season. I think obviously, I think they've won one of the first 4 games. It's not ideal for them, a club of their stature, but obviously the way Sean's got them playing, they play really good football, expansive, and we know it's going to be a real tough test. They've got some good experience and some good younger players in that group, but we need to make sure that we do our jobs first and foremost, and if we do that, then there's no reason we can't go and get a result.
So it's 3 defeats out of 4 for them in the league, but considering they came so close to a draw against Birmingham City, would you say the table on this occasion doesn't necessarily paint a full picture?
I think at this early stage in the season, I think obviously lots of teams are going through transitions of players and even managers, or how the manager wants new players to play. I think it's always tough to start sort of saying, oh, they're going to be right down there or right up there at this time of the season. I think for me, week on week, teams will get used to how each other play. We're no different to Wigan. They'll have had a turnover in the summer that players will come in and they need to see how the manager wants them to play. So for me, I think obviously the league table, yeah, it's there at the moment, but probably until 10 games in, you probably don't see a true reflection of where teams are.
And finally, Danny, Tom White was receiving medical attention at the end of the game on Saturday. First of all, how is he, and how's the squad looking generally speaking? Yeah,
I think obviously we've been fairly lucky with regards to injury. Obviously we've lost George Ray and Sol earlier in the season. We've obviously got great to see Paul Lewis back on the pitch on Saturday after his layoff. Tom, we're getting it checked today to see the extent of it. He's just getting a little bit of pain down his shin. We're hoping it's not too bad, and fingers crossed he'll be okay come the later part of the week, but until we've done the sort of got the backside of that, we won't know. Reece rolled his ankle on Saturday, but again, hopefully nothing too serious, and like I say, by that we're looking at a clean bill of health at the moment.